You can see me now? Sorry, total blackout. I don't know what happened. Did I forget to pay the phone bill? No, I didn't. Actually, I think I forgot to pay maybe the electricity bill because total blackout. I don't know what happened. Maybe, raining outside, something happened. I don't know. Sorry for this, guys. It was unexpected. So, but we're back. So it's good. Right, so I didn't watch the chat too much, so didn't look at the chat too much in the last, I've lost whatever has been written in the last 5 minutes, but if you want to write questions there, just let me know. I was blabbering about the market. Maybe that's the positives of talking about the depressing market was the stuff that started all this. Anyway, what's the poll here going? How's the poll going? Yes. The no is doing quite well, actually. Let me vote. No. I did pay my bill. Come on. Right. So, coming back to what we were talking about. We're discussing the new stuff, what's releasing and whatnot. So, one thing that I don't think has been mentioned last week during tea time, you have surely seen the release. We have just released a massive update for Distant Worlds 2 again. This is called the Fleet Update, and it's releasing next week on the 13th. The Fleet Update has been broadcasted. Some of it has been broadcasted by Eric already. You see it. There's a video on Twitch already. You can watch. Lots of changes there. Of course, name is giving it away a little bit. It's a massive update that's focusing major changes on fleet management and the ship behavior. So if you want to check it out, this is one. I think it's the fourth. Major update for Distant Worlds 2, which is trying to win an award for most updated game ever, because I think we have released an update for every single week since release. So it's pretty amazing what the developers are doing on this game, and I'm always, amazed by the incredible amount of dedication these guys are putting into the game. So massive props to Codeforce, to Eric Routines, and his team. Funny poll. Who put it up? Who knows? Yog Dog. Will we do a live sec from the TGA Awards next week? I don't think we are going to do a live from the TIGA Awards, but I'm coming to that. TIGA, by the way, the TIGA Awards are happening next week, I think around the 16th of November. It's the British Development Awards, and we've got 2 nominations there. One is for strategy game, best strategy game with Starship Troopers, and the other one is for Command as best applied game, or as they used to call it, serious games. So I'm pretty much I'm very excited about it. I'm really looking forward to see what's happening there. We have it's the first time we have 2 nominations, but it's also the first time that we are going in person. Who's actually going? I think Mark is going, and who else? Annie, maybe? So if we collect an award, please connect on Twitch and do it live. Do a live speech about, the reception of the award. Me, Sam, Mark, all in our suits. I'd love to send us pictures. I'd love to see that. Also, so yesterday we have announced the next DLC for Gladius. Almost, I guess that you could have imagined what was going to come next. So, but now it's official. The Drukhari are coming on November 30th. It's going to be this year's faction release. And if any one of you is wondering if it's the end of Gladius or a Gladius DLCs are coming to an end, well, no. I think we're, the Gladius is so popular. The amount of positive feedback we had yesterday when announcing Gladius, Drukari, has been incredible. So it's definitely a sign that you guys out there want to play more Gladius, and we're going to support it as much as we can in the future. And it's also, Gladius will never end. Well, I hope so, but I guess that we will, at some point, Shards, we'll need to start collecting like suggestions on what is next, because number of like full factions remaining to create on Gladius are running out. So we have to ask you guys out there to help us a bit on that. The other thing is, of course, that some of the stuff you guys suggest are like maybe it's like not full factions, or like minor ones with less, on which gameplay would be more complicated to create. So, but it's also great that if we can sort of start thinking about what's coming next, we'd love to see what you guys think about it. So you see, for instance, Shards already putting some hints and stuff on what can and cannot be done there. So. Yeah, I mean, let us know what you think about that. So in November we already have announced that we're going to have the release of Strategic Command, World War I, Empires in Turmoil. You know that there's a DLC for Starship Troopers coming out called Raising Hell, and we also have the DLC for Gladius. So. Think about what an interesting month of November we're having. On Raising Hell particularly, I have a trailer to show you. 3, 2, 1.
We have before us an ordeal of the most grievous kind. A war against a hellish terror unlike any other. We will fight them in our bases. We will fight them in the fields of fire. We will fight them until victory, no matter the cost. Time to raise hell.
I had Paolo come in the office this morning saying, I've played the first mission of Starship Troopers Raising Hell. It's fantastic. Saying all the good things about it. So it's great when you have like a colleague of yours who tries the game for the first time and they come in the office and say, oh, this is great, I love it. And so it's kind of the stuff that you expect and you wish for, but it's not always the case. Sometimes it's like, oh, I don't like this, not like that, I would change this, change that. But this case was like, interesting to see and very, very funny as well, because of course, Paolo can be quite loud sometimes. Sometimes Paolo, otherwise he comes downstairs, starts, beating me up or stuff like that. So we don't want that. So Starship Troopers Raising Hell releasing later this month, or is it this next week actually? So brace yourselves for that. I'm super excited about it. You know that also we have news about Terminator. We have released yesterday an interesting new key art for Terminator that can we put it full screen, Mickey? Yeah. That's really kick-ass, and this has been, the latest key art that we have developed for Dark Fate Defiance. The game is in the final stages of development. We've announced the release date yesterday. That we will do our best to stick to. Vero, Giulia? And we'll let you know more about Terminator later this month. I think that what we're going to see next is content creators will be sent out. Mission 4, which is the sort of first like fully fledged, no tutorial, first like mission that's really into the real actual gameplay. So a further step into understanding what Terminator Dark Fate Defiance is about, which is basically fast-paced, super action-based type of RTS with no strings attached, no complications of resource building, resource management, stuff like that. It's just the greatest fun of an RTS, which is what we wanted to deliver for Terminator. Also, since we've sort of started looking at what the feedback was from the Next Fest demo, we elaborated a bit on that. There's an interesting post on Steam about it, and one of the things that came out was these first 3 missions were a bit like were like interrupted by too much dialogue and stuff. So we're looking at solutions to that as well, working with the developers to make sure that the experience is not like spoiled in this first 3 missions. We want to be sort of make sure that the first foray of Terminator Dark Fate Defiance to the market is 100% what we want you to think about the game, because the more we play the game, the better it is in terms of how cool and fun it is, and we want that to be happening from the very start of playing the game. So that's for Terminator. Expect more in the next few weeks, because when we release this 4th mission to content creators, you'll see that played, and you'll kind of see also what it's all about. I think only DLC and Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader are close. Rogue Trader as well. I'm looking forward to Rogue Trader, by the way. Yeah, too. If probably the game that not non-Slitherine game that I'm most looking forward to the rest of the year, and actually for the whole season, to be honest. So good call, Yog Dog. Battle Sector. I don't have any notes here on Battle Sector. I can tell you something. There will be a Battle Sector thing actually releasing before the end of this month. And it will be, and the next big thing for Battle Sector is going to happen next year, very early next year. The reason is that last year we had, but there's many reasons. The first reason is, of course, development. Development takes time. You've got to make sure that things are well executed, and we have released a faction towards the end of the summer for Battle Sector, so we wanted to wait a little bit in terms of preparing what's next. The other reason is that last year we released basically 2 Sisters of Battle factions for both Battle Sector and Gladius at the same time, and I guess that we can't really say for sure that they had to sort of compete with each other, but there was a little bit of a thinking maybe they were like someone decided to buy one or not the other, and then coming back to that later would have been a bit too hard. So we decided to sort of put a bigger gap between what's new content for Gladius and what's new content for, or so paid for content for Gladius and paid for content for Battle Sector. So a little bit more of a gap. But what is coming next for Battle Sector is absolutely huge, because there's going to be more like free stuff plus paid for stuff. And we still have stuff coming up this side of Christmas, which is smaller, but I guarantee really, really cool. I don't think I said too much about it, but probably somebody will say that I made a spoiler of some sort. Did I spoil anything, Shards? I don't know. For Gladius, maybe smaller sub-faction, for example. Well, that's that's the thing, Kornak. I think the problem with Gladius is that if you do sub-faction and cosmetic stuff and so on, I think it won't be following in the footsteps of like really adding a lot of value to the game, which is basically every single DLC that Proxy has done. And in general, it's also our idea of a DLC really has to add value if you pay for it. Value to the game, value to the experience, and so on. So making something that's just cosmetic would be against that. So we don't want to do that too much. So we've been thinking a lot about various cosmetic, more lighter DLCs, and we sort of always said maybe against it because of these reasons. I was going to receive more information about Broken Arrows. Broken Arrow, I can tell you Broken Arrow, guys, I mean, we've announced it, and it's been crashing the site. We have announced that the beta will be starting on, do we have a video for that? Yes. Go for it. Sure. This was the Stranger Things version of Broken Arrow. So as Neil is correctly saying in the chat, we'll be slowly adding people. We had thousands of people subscribing to the beta. So the queue is long. There will be sort of staggered additions to the beta, and we'll get to sort of add a lot more as we go. From November 16th, we'll sort of start adding small groups and then get to bigger ones in the future. The idea of this is like trying to balance between testing and also being able to receive feedback. So it's not only about, hey, let's put other people in it and see how it works. But at this stage, it's also about getting feedback about, if it works well and so on. So being able to digest all the feedback, you guys are gonna, be massively, reacting to this Broken Arrow beta. So we want to make sure that we give a good service to you and also to the game. The developers are looking into all the Discord all the time, and it has to be done in a way that we can digest everything and make sure that we react correctly. Exactly. Thank you, Neil, answering all the questions. I love it when you guys know more about it and you jump on the different subjects. The other thing I want to say about Broken Arrow is, of course, this is the release is planned for next year. A lot of the information that we get from the multiplayer beta will tell us a lot more about when the game will actually release, exactly when it will actually release. At the moment, we know that there's so much anticipation. We don't want to, get it wrong, and because of that, it's very selfishly we want to make things correctly, properly. And I know that you guys are waiting for it, but we've got to be very careful in what we do about it and how we do it. I'm being ignored about K Project, aren't I? Sorry, I missed the question, Sergeant Z-Dog. What did you say about K Project? I've missed the question, probably. But yes, I think David's right. You've been ignored. You guys haven't said anything about K Project. It's a good question. No, we have quite a lot of submissions. We receive I would say, in average, we receive about one submission a day from developers. I would say one submission a day that's potentially interesting to evaluate. We receive quite a lot of stuff that's not got nothing to do with what we do, or stuff that's really weird. I'd love to run a, worst pitch of the year competition sometime, but we can't do that. Of course, we can't. But we receive quite a lot of these things, and we go through a lot of evaluations. I think the goal of K Project is still there, and we want to make sure that we use these funds to support indie development teams with projects that we believe are valid. And to do that, we need to find the right projects. And to be honest, in the last 6 months, when Alberto started doing more like evaluation and biz dev and that kind of stuff, we have looked at quite a lot of these things, and a couple of them are like super good candidates for K Project, and we're looking into them, and we'll let you know about them. But nothing's signed yet. But it's definitely a project that we cherish and we don't want to abandon. Of course, ICBM 2 is a good example of a game that started with as a K Project thing, and then transformed into this is a bigger thing that we're developing, we're building with software as outside of that. But that's really the goal we have, is like, if it's a K project, it's something that we think has a future, not only as a game itself, but, as a franchise or an engine or something that goes beyond that. And I said quite a lot of words. You really are now, Yogdog, telling me that Mordante sends messages to you? Because this is getting really interesting. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll tell you more about a K project as we go, but there's quite a lot of stuff that we'd love to tell you about. Should I give you a quick update on Field of Glory Kingdoms? There's a new devlog on the website, so check it out. But also, the second wave of beta is starting very soon, so either this week or next week. So make sure you check it out, or subscribe to slitherine.com/beta, and you can subscribe to both Broken Arrow and Field of Glory Kingdoms, and there's quite a lot of other games there to test. So make sure you give it a go. The devlog is called The Art of War, and we take a closer look at all the units in Kingdoms. And we have new screenshots as well. The Normans. And then we have the Blue Tide Rising screenshot, which is the Mongol invasion. Is that the Mongol invasion? Yes. That's the Blue Tide. It's called the Blue Tide Rising, not because of the blue tide, but because everything is blue. And the Breached Wall screenshot, which is about, like this is the battle screen, not within the Field of Glory medieval engine, but within the game, for resolving the battles within the game itself. As you know, the game will have this same functionality as we had in Empires, where basically can load the battle, like load the battle on Field of Glory medieval if you own Field of Glory medieval, and then go back to the game after you play the battle there. If you've got the time to do it, it's just a great experience, and it's just adding so much flavor to the game, and no one else has done that, so that's great. When Field of Glory Napoleonic era, Kornak, I think this is not the first time. It's not the first time you're asking this to me. It's either you or someone else, or someone is asking the same question but with different names. maybe. But we don't have a filigree Napoleonic in the books right now. We don't have it planned. But there is Field of Glory stuff being developed. And we'll tell you more about it next year. Marco, when is Slitherine making an Empire Earth sequel? Well, I wish we had the Empire Earth license or IP, and we'd love to do something around that, but we don't. I remember Empire Earth. It was a nice little game. I have to say that I remember. That was like 2002, maybe 2001. It was a long time ago. A long time ago. Battle Academy 3, lol, we can dream. No, you can dream. Battle Academy 3 is going to be, something. We didn't officially announce anything, but there's Battle Academy stuff being developed. I don't know if it's called Battle Academy 3 or Battle Academy Napoleonic, but no, I'm joking. It's not Napoleonic. But there's not a dream. That's not a dream. It's something that we're definitely looking forward. I said 2001, and it was 2001. Did I say 2002? 2004. But yeah. Ancient Arenas Chariots. Now, Das. I loved you before the question, but I love you even more after the question. You know that Ancient Arenas is developed by the same guys that are doing Stargate. So after they finish the current Stargate, we're going to revert part of the team back to finishing Ancient Arenas, and so it's going to be a 2024 release, and I look forward to it because it's the game I'm most waiting for. So yeah, wait for it. It's going to be great. Any Master of Magic news? Scramble. Right. Wow, that's got a lot of questions. Yog Dog. Master of Magic news. More news about Master of Magic in the next month or so. But nothing happening this year. Scramble. Scramble, we have some stuff happening. Oh, gosh. Can I say anything? No, I can't say anything about this. No, I've got people waving on the back saying, "No, say anything." So I can't say much about it. But Scramble is great, great stuff. I know, Cornac. I think that the point is that I'd love to tell you. Basically, what's happening is that stuff happens upstairs, and we organize things and we discuss things and so on. So I come downstairs, and for me, it's like sitting down with colleagues, so I could discuss like if I was in a meeting, but I can't, so it's like weird, but I'd love to tell you that the Scramble team is beta for headquarters is also going to start next week. So if you're interested in giving us your hand in playing that, it's going to happen next week. Also on headquarters, because this is a game. This is a game I cherish, and I'm very seriously. This is important. Headquarters of World War II is a game that will try something different for us, as in taking this type of gameplay to a mass audience. This is the goal we have. It's imagine trying to make a war game, but that appeals to really literally everyone. So if you guys want to help us make sure that we get to that point, we achieve that goal, we complete that mission of making a tile-based tactical World War II game, achieve big numbers with probably one of the best looking graphics you'll see around for World War II units. This is your chance to help us, and I'd love you to participate in that beta and give us a good help there. So again, slitherine.com/beta. Can we ban the guys behind the camera? At the moment, the guy behind the camera is just Michele, but Enzo is following us from the chat, and I know. I was actually going to come downstairs with a sweater that no one likes. And you can't see, because, okay, in Italy we have our version of Dancing with the Stars. I don't know if you know the Dancing with the Stars show in So she's the host of Dancing with the Stars, and this is my favorite show. Every Saturday evening, I'm like just watching that. And the guys behind the camera are saying, you can't go live with that sweater, it's horrible, it's awful, and so on. So it's like this, they limit me, they put so many boundaries, it's just unbelievable. But now that you know that I love Dancing with the Stars and you think very bad things about me, I can give you the streaming schedule. Is it presented by a much older gentleman alongside her? Well, she's 75, so I don't know how much older would be. But if you Google Milli Carlucci, that's her. Somebody's gonna kill me for this. For the streaming schedule, Friday, November 10th, we have Stargate Timekeeper's demo at 6 p.m. Played by Hexaboo. Is that tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. At 8 p.m. we have Das playing Master of Magic. And at 10 p.m. we have Richard York playing, and this is again somebody trying to be very funny, playing Ship Troopers. What is Ship Troopers? Raising Hell. Oh, gosh. Every man has a guilty pleasure. Yeah, thank you, Maverick. Thank you for understanding. Next Monday, we have at 4:15 Sergeant Z-Dog. Hey, Sergeant. Playing Flashpoint Campaign Southern Storm. At 6:15, we have XCRG playing Strategic Command Empires in Turmoil, Strategic Command World War I Empires in Turmoil. And at 8:15, we have the magnificent Eric Routines playing Distant Worlds 2 until it's dawn. And on Wednesday, we have Richard York at 8 p.m. playing, again, Ship Troopers, Raising Hell. I am going to say this is an interesting schedule. Thank you everyone who watched the latest episode of Geek Recipe. I think we're about 70,000 views now, so quite a lot of people enjoyed it, lots of likes and such. So the next episode is coming in November. We've got another set of great guests coming until the end of the year. Millie on Geek Recipe, when? Gosh, this would be a dream. I don't think she'd come, never. No, not happening. But I can dance on the Geek Recipe if you want. That'd be awesome. Anyway, I'm just being very stupid today. Maybe it's the weather, maybe it's the blackout. Who knows? I will hopefully see you next week if you still want to. If you still want to come to tea time, and next week there's so much stuff happening, just releases, betas, and all kind of stuff. So look forward to seeing you there. And I love you. I love you. Cheers. Bye bye.
The attraction towards new experiences is powerful. Alienware gear isn't made to resist that pull. It's made to accelerate it. to transport you to new places where you can embrace difference and leave familiar behind, bringing you ever closer to the ultimate experience. See you on the other side.